Hello and welcome. It's been a long time since I've done a video and I'm not looking at best because I've kind of just literally ran from work to come home to do a video and I'm using a suboptimal webcam. Woo. Anyway, that's important. As the title suggests, this live stream is to talk about Spark AR and what Meta have decided to do with it, which basically is kill it. In January the 14th, 2025, Meta Spark AR will be no more. This basically means that any third-party creators, such as myself or anybody who isn't Meta themselves, will not be able to create any filters anymore, and any existing filters that are created that aren't done by Meta themselves are gone. Deleted, removed, wiped from existence. And as somebody who has made quite a lot of videos on Spark AR from 2018-ish to 2022, 23-ish, it's a bit of a gut punch, to be honest, but not unexpected. And I thought I'd just do my kind of thoughts and opinions on this alongside do some general responses if anybody's in the watching this live or wants to kind of drop any comments down below, etc. As you can see, this is all impromptu. By the way, if anyone's asking, I've broken my finger. That's why it's in this kind of case. I'm not going to go into detail about how I broke it, but it is the most stupid way possible. Spark AR, a fantastic tool for creating augmented reality filters for Instagram and Facebook, and basically a very easy to use tool for creatives to experiment and create augmented reality filters, such as the kind of what am I or transitional effects, and was very good for marketing agencies. But Meta decided they want their money and investment to go into other company priorities. That's basically what they've said in a kind of roundabout way. What that means realistically is they're probably putting quite a lot of money into their AI division and possibly even the Quest division, because we are starting to see more mixed reality and features going into the Quest 3 and some going backwards into the Quest 2. That also lines up with the fact that they have stopped production on the Quest Pro. So Meta are definitely in a case of rebalancing their books and trying to prioritize what makes money and what doesn't. So Spark AR, we've kind of gathered it would probably go based on the last, quite a few versions now where there's been very little features, quite a lot of bugs that have been there for a long time. And that's one of the reasons I lost interest in it, really, was because it just wasn't adding anything new to the party and it wasn't really being supported properly, and you can kind of see Meta's care for it going. So it's not a surprise. What it does mean, though, is there's now going to be not a mass migration, but we need to start looking at alternatives. So for a while, we've always had access to things like Snapchat's Lens Studio, which is basically very similar to Spark AR, a bit more complicated in some ways, got some more features than Spark AR never had, but it's on a platform, Snapchat, which isn't as popular as Instagram. So that's that. We're still seeing a lot of web AR, so that's still that option. Unity for AR is still a thing, but AR as an accessible, easy to get into creative tool is definitely closed some doors. There's a lot of tools and services out there that have paywalls behind them, limitations, do rely more on you to have some coding knowledge or kind of more time investment than what Spark AR required. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't think this is going to pay off in the way that Meta thinks it's going to pay off. I think, yes, it's going to save them some money in terms of they can reorganise their structures of their staffing and reinvest their money and budgets into departments that are succeeding or perceived to be succeeding. But it is going to kill off any kind of third-party interest for brands. So, for example, Stranger Things, there's a lot of people made Stranger Things filters, and some of those were even official. We've had brand sponsorships for drink companies, sweet companies, etc. They can't now have filters, at least not on Instagram's platform or Facebook's platform, unless Meta themselves make it. And they have said that Meta filters will still stay, but any filters created by anybody who isn't Meta, gonna go. So is it worth still learning Meta Spark AR at this point? No, realistically. If you've still got access to it, the Spark AR player and the version that's currently out will work up until January 14th, I've said. But realistically, is it going to get approved? Is it going to get deployed? Is it going to be out long enough to really be worth the effort? If you've got something that's, let's say, in December and you want to make a Christmas filter and you just want it to be up for December, fine. But if you want it to live past December, it's probably not worth putting too much money into it or in time into it, really. It has also killed off for a marketplace for people who sell AR filters or creation of AR filters as a business. So that's a business that's now gone for people. I've been quite fortunate in the sense that I've never really delved into that market. I did a little bit on Gumroad, and by the way, all my Gumroad packages will still be available. But just a little heads up, you may have already noticed that they are free. That was in kind of anticipation of this. Not that I knew this was coming for definite. It's more a suspicion that this was probably coming, which is why I kind of haven't been investigating Spark AR and haven't been creating much content in that field for quite a while. But yeah, who I really feel sorry for are the creatives. It's a kind of anything that removes creative avenues or accessible forms of creativity is always disheartening, and I think this is just another Facebook corporate greed footpath. But then again, I'm somebody who creates for the Quest. I make things for Quest. I love the Quest 3, it's great. I like some of their products. I have their spectacle glasses, what do they call them? The Ray-Bans, I can't remember what they're called, but I've got the glasses that I've got the thing in. And I know that there are also still plans for an AR version of some AR glasses. Is that going to bring about some new software that we can develop for and possibly access? Maybe behind a paywall or something. It seems a bit, here we are working on some glasses, but now we're going to shut down the AR division in essence. Does that mean the glasses are not going to happen? Or if they are going to happen, and they're now going to be not what we imagine them to be? Who knows? Apple is still invested in augmented reality. Microsoft dabble in it here and there, and the Quest 3 can do mixed reality, which I suppose it's a form of AR. But yeah, I'm just going to put a Q&A up. This will be in the chat, but this will also essentially what I've asked. The question I want to ask is, do you think Spark AR closing to third-party creators is a good thing? My thoughts are probably not, but I would be interested in hearing anything to the contrary. What platforms would you move to? Will you still continue wanting to pursue augmented reality? Do you think AR still has legs in the accessible market? When I say accessible, I mean free. Do you think web AR is the way to go? I think it kind of is, but it still has problems, let's just say. I prefer AR where we don't have to rely on a constant internet connection. But this is the nature of the beast. You create something on a platform that only basically means that your thing that you've created only exists as long as that platform is there. If YouTube was to go, all the videos on YouTube would go. And what could we do about it? Unless we've got a physical hard copy, probably not a lot. So if it means people save their jobs to get rid of Spark AR, obviously great. Don't want anyone to lose their jobs, etc. But is it a great thing for creators and designers and the brand Meta as a whole? No. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick video. I'm not looking my best. I might do a better one down the line. This mod might only stay up temporarily. I might do a more polished, high spec one when I've got a better camera that's not going to keep freezing or cutting out on me. But I thought I just got to do something. I've got to do something considering the news literally was dropped today and not everyone may be aware of it. But yeah, needless to say, I won't be making any Spark AR tutorial videos going forwards. And I will be looking at alternatives, and I will be uploading tutorials on those alternatives and telling you what's the best and what's the worst out of the alternatives I found. And obviously your feedback on that would greatly help. So yeah, hopefully my finger will heal. They did say they want to do surgery on it. I'm kind of hesitant about that. Oh, my hair is still thinning, so at some point in the future I'll be bald. Great. And yeah, this background is different to what you may have seen from my last videos because I had moved. So yeah, I'll get back to making proper videos at some point, but yeah, I just wanted to do a live stream just to announce this. I have already put a community post that basically outlines this. There is also a link in that community post that links you to Meta's Q&A, where basically they get asked, can I migrate my platform, my filters to somewhere else? And they basically say no. Can they recommend alternatives? They could basically say no. The standard, nope, it's going, nope, it's going, tough, good luck. No, basically answers. But I thought I'd link that in a community post anyway if anyone's interested. Will Meta do a U-turn on this? I would be very surprised. Big corporations such as Meta, Google, very rarely will do a 180 on something. Will we see something like it again? Possibly. But will it be free? Probably not. There will be probably a monetization factor in there. And I'm kind of surprised that Spark AR never actually had a monetization thing in there where you paid maybe a monthly or credit-based system. Its biggest impact for me personally is we used to use Spark AR in education. So we actually used it as a learning tool for primary school kids, secondary school kids, university, college students to talk about AR and learn AR by actively using AR. That tool's going, so we can't use that now. And we've got to find alternatives because realistically we can't go with any paid routes or any paid options because this is meant to be something that people, kids, students, whatever age, can do at home. Great. Fantastic. Good move, Meta. Well done. And that's standard. So probably we'll be moving to Lens Studio. Probably we'll be moving to that for the short term. Longer term, we'll be going into Web AR. Which platform that is, what tool that is, need to investigate further. We went from a period of time when there's lots of AR tools out there to being just a handful. Niantic, the Pokemon Go people, basically, they have a great AR tool. And there is some forms of that's open source. I'm investigating some of that. But yeah, January 14th. Make sure if you've got a Spark AR filter that you've got as much content out of it as you want. Get screenshots, add to a portfolio. If anybody's going to sell you or want to sell you AR filters, probably don't pay. It's at this point, not unless you literally really need it, and you only need it up until January. But yeah, bye.